A Cryptopunk sold for $7.7 million yesterday.
Just like that, CryptoPunks are back. And you can't ever count out the OGs. It seems like every time the market starts to dip, punks make a splash.
I wonder if it's because it's an ape.
It could be, but we'll figure that out and more on today's show. Welcome to Goats in the Metaverse. I'm Yossi Hasson.
I'm Stanley Meytin. And before we go any further, let's talk about my favorite part of the show, the Goat
The Goat Vault,
Bowl. Yeah.
$92,841. Stanley, we are close to the 100K mark. $2,660 invested in the Goat Vault, and you just need to subscribe to the show to win. Stanley, we're pretty good at this. I think maybe we should just, keep on just doing the Goat Vault.
The Goat Vault. We're the people of the people. $92,000 is a world record. And just a thought popped into my head. Imagine if ETH continues to rise. How quickly can we get to that $100,000? But for those of you that don't know, what is the Goat Vault? The Goat Vault is our way of giving back to you, our subscribers. All you need to do is subscribe to our show, smash that button. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, we open up the vault and give away those NFTs to you, our loyal listeners and the community. So let's go. And here are the NFTs that are in the Goat Vault.
Our vote went up this week, well, since yesterday, because we got a little cool pet from our cool cat. What are cool pets, Stanley?
Cool pets are, I guess, the series 2 of Cool Cats. There is no reveal yet, so we just have an egg. I believe the reveal is today, so hopefully by tomorrow we'll show you what that pet is. And it's going to be part of the game that Cool Cats created, and there's going to be milk tokens, and there's going to be cool cats and cool pets. The easiest way I could explain it is they're building a Pokemon. And I think my favorite part about this is they took out a tweet a few weeks ago and said, hey, we hired a CEO. When I started this project, I was a freelance graphic designer, and now we have, I believe it's like 26 people on the team. We have a CEO. They have a game. They have tokens. The future is bright, my friend.
NFTs making dreams come true every single day. What's happening in the markets? Let's see what is the ETH price and the daily floor price check-in. ETH is up $3,168. It's continuing its rise, which is great to see. What is that ETH's impact on the market? Well,
not so good. Not so good. A lot of red over there.
A lot of red.
Look at that. Bored Ape Yacht Club, 92.5 Ethereum. At one point, Bored Ape Yacht Club was almost at 120 Ethereum. It might have actually touched 120 Ethereum. So, for the sophisticated investors / traders, there's definitely a delta there, right? We have noticed this again. As ETH continues to rise, NFTs continue to go down. As ETH goes down, NFTs continues to rise. So there is opportunities to time the market in the ETH delta, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah, this is a game of stacking ETH or stacking your NFTs, depending on which side you're looking at. But definitely there is still correlation between the ETH price movement and your NFT price movement. So people, as much as they talk about being in crypto, are probably still pricing their NFTs in that good old USD, in fiat.
Yeah.
What are the movers? What are the shakers? What happened else in the last 24 hours? We have seen some big volume increases. As we said at the start of the show, CryptoPunks are back. The biggest mover of the last day, 170% increase in the average ETH price and volume up 380%. But even more exciting than that is our friends at Artblocks, who've been at the bottom for a number of days, 1,270% increase in volume, and average prices up 96%. So there's definitely movements in the art blocks world. You can't write off that generative art world, and it's growing every single day.
Yep. And on the bottom three, we see the Bored Ape Kennel Club is down. A direct correlation of when the apes are down, the mutants are down, and the dogs are down. It's just, once again, a lot of patterns in this market. Obviously, they're a byproduct of the apes, and yeah, we are seeing them go down. Let's talk about hot off the mint. This is an interesting project. This is probably one of the more interesting projects of the week. Meta Angels. I like the name too.
I like the name, and I also like the aesthetic. The art looks pretty cool and different. We've seen a lot of female-focused NFT PFP projects that kind of all look like World of Woman, whereas Meta Angels has come around with something different. We're seeing, from what we can see, they joined at least their Twitter in November 2021. They've got 8,618 followers, 10,000 members in the Discord, and the pre-sale mint happened yesterday at 0.0125 ETH for the community pre-sale, and public sales at 0.175 ETH, and they've sold 7,508 have minted so far. Not sold out yet, so if you like the project, you still could probably get a chance to scoop one up. But probably the most interesting part, well, maybe not the most interesting part, but definitely a interesting part, is that the team, speaking of Bored Apes, where we spoke about them yesterday, being doxxed, the team has volunteered their doxing. They are completely transparent and revealing every person who is behind the team. And interestingly enough, Randy Zuckerberg is one of the advisors, and I saw her tweeting about it yesterday. So great to see a team coming out with full transparency behind their drop and putting their name behind their project. Stanley, what do you think?
And for those of us who don't know who Randy Zuckerberg is, Yossi.
She is Mark Zuckerberg's sister.
Oh, yeah. And the project is interesting. We were going through this a little bit. There's a lot of conversations about community, transparency, generosity, accessibility is a big word. From my understanding, it is tied to real life utility, and you have opportunities to make connections with maybe people that you would not necessarily have had the opportunity to make connections. Not exactly 100% sure how that works, but it seems that there's a big giving back component, something we've seen with Flower Girls and something we're seeing with this project. Empowerment is a word that's used a lot. I'm interested in this, right? I'm interested in these types of projects because the real life utility is more about, giving back and kind of making the world a better place, right? So it doesn't necessarily have a full financial component to it. It has more of a nonprofit charity component to it, more about the community component to it. So I'm interested to see what happens. And I gotta say, I love the name Meta Angels. I'm thinking Charlie's Angels. I'm assuming there's a play there, but I'm not 100% sure.
And last thing we can tell you about the Meta Angels is there are a couple of different types of angels. There's Guardian, Wild, Celestial, Lucky, Elemental, Opulent, Fallen, and the Angels Among Us. So that is how they are categorizing their different communities. Well, their different rarities amongst the angels. And I really like the aesthetic. They also mention who the artist is, who has put these angels together. I had never heard of her before, but seems to be a ceramic artist that has come into the space. Her name is Sarana Hayata, and known in the NFT world as Asian Ruby. And that is everything about our hot off the mint for the day, Meta Angels.
But let's talk about the doxing, right? Let's talk about being the full transparency of the team. Yesterday, on this very show, there's a bright individual by the name of Stanley Meytin that said,
so smart.
Hold on. Play the videotape. should the other two founders come out and say, this is who we are at this point, I'm actually going to say yes. I think it would be a good PR move. That was yesterday.
I think that
what happened?
That was yesterday, and the fun
after the show, Yossi.
After the show, well, before
Should
I tell people after
two
the show,
founders come out and say this is.
I think the funniest thing is that you called it a videotape. I mean, I just want to put that out on the record. But what happened after the show is that the other two founders did indeed come out and reveal their identity in support of their teammates. They came out on Twitter revealing who they are and linking to their Bored Ape Yacht Club profile and saying, hi, friends, and doxing themselves.
You know what I think? I was thinking about this yesterday. I love how they did it, right? This is Web 2 me. This is Web 3 me. And I believe that they're setting the formula of how people are going to reveal themselves. This is the Web 2 me. This is the Web 3 me. I'm going to predict that's something that's going to happen, as more people reveal their identity. That's the way they're going to do it. And I think it's a cool way, right? I think it's interesting. It's fun. And, educating people of the difference between Web 2 and Web 3. So kudos to those guys coming out. And I'm just going to stop predicting of what's happening in this world. It's just too much. It's just too much. Too good. Let's go to the sale of the day. The sale of the day was a big one. Cryptopunk.
$7.7 million. $7.7 million for Cryptopunk 5577, 2,501 ETH for one of the ape punks. We haven't seen a big sale like that across the board. It's pretty exciting. Do you think this is going to kick in a massive bull market in the NFT space? Is it going to do something for the punk community, or is it just a flash in the pan and someone got a little trigger happy?
I think that I do still see those sales come, not as big, obviously, but people that I respect in this space still sprinkle in a punk, right? They're the OGs. They're not going anywhere. Obviously, there's a lot of conversation of how we're not happy with the team and they need to be doing more. But yeah, listen, what did that punk mint at? What was that price, Yossi?
Well, probably the smartest person in the room maybe is Straybits.eth, who is the seller of the punk, and he congratulated the buyer today on Twitter, but our little bot picked up that Straybits bought that punk for 0.08 ETH and sold it for 2,501 and made a cool $7.8 million in the process. So, if you're listening to the show and you're thinking, what am I doing in my day job? This is insane. You're not wrong.
Everybody's thinking that. And also, CloneX with a big sale of over $1 million. And listen, I feel like, and I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of CloneX. I do like them. I know you like them. But I feel like they're like that, almost that dark horse, right? There's definitely that buzz in the community. The Nike factor just really, like.
Well, we've seen a lot coming out of CloneX. Artifact have released their space pods, and what is the other? There's another drop that came out. All the CloneX holders have been given a couple of additional drops that are worth, for each CloneX that you held, probably about $30,000 to $40,000 in free stuff that you've received from the Artifact community and Nike community. So that is cause for celebration, and we're seeing a lot of people now thinking, well, if this is just the start of what this collaboration is doing, there's going to be a lot more to come, and these avatars are going to be even more valuable.
Absolutely. Well, this was fun. I hope you guys had a fun time as well. And just remember, all you need to do is subscribe to win that GOAT Vault. And also, more importantly, learn how to navigate this wonderful world of NFTs. Hopefully make some money. # not financial advice. And have some fun along the way.
That sounds pretty good to me. We'll see you tomorrow and keep you up to date with all things NFT.
I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow.